everybody. I thought we would do a quick getting ready with Jen live or getting ready with Beauty Anxiously, I guess. I'm Jen. I'm Beauty Anxiously. I use makeup and beauty to help soothe my anxiety and my depression. And my goal is just to share some tips and tricks with you that I've learned along the way. And hopefully, you will discover how beautiful you are because you are, even without the makeup. I'm just here to help you maybe enhance that beauty and discover it. And I got a really bad messy bun that I got to fix. Okay, so today I have a meeting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, which is about 40 minutes from now. And I just wanted to get ready for that. I'm having a meeting with the executive team. And so, I can't look like I'm dead. you know. So here, we're going to go ahead and get started today. These are my main shades for foundation. We call them highlighters. This one is Amber and this one is Aura. This is my contour color in Henna. This I'm going to use on my cheeks today. It's called Tropicana. It's this great pinky orange sort of shade that works amazing on all skin tones. So, get that. I'm going to use Plum today on my lips, and then I'm going to traditionally highlight with what we call an illuminator. And this shade is called Angel. There, maybe you can see it's really pretty rose gold. So, yeah. And then on the eyes today, because I'm wearing green, I thought we would pop a little green in the corner. And I think this one's 33. We've got Valencia, which is just a great neutral transition shade. It looks a little orange, but it really smooths everything out. My Old Standby Gilded, which is this sort of bricky brown color. It's gorgeous. And then we're going to use just a little bit of this Bright Eyes. It's this gold, just in the corner of the eyes. So let's go ahead and get started. As always, I have put on just some primer. A face primer, a Tatcha, and then some eye primer in e.l.f. Talk about your competing price points, right? I'm going to start with the Buffy brush. And all I'm going to do is a stippling motion into the darker of the two shades for me. And I'm going to put that normally where my beard would go. And if you all are thinking, golly gee, that looks awfully dark on her. Yeah, that's okay. This is normally my summer shade. But I will tell you, it tends to show up a little bit better on camera. And because, lest you guys think I'm cheating you, I'm actually doing this because my meeting is on camera later. And so I want to be able to look like I've got a little color. So as you can see, I'm not being very, well, let's see if we can bring that down a little bit. I'm not being very gentle with where I'm going. At this point, I'm going to take the lighter shade now. And I'm going to put that in where I call sort of the triangle of light. I'm going to flip the brush over. And it's going to help just sort of disappear my dark circles, which is a problem for me. I'm going to be 47 this month, you guys. Can you believe it? 47. I know. Where did the time go? It's cool. All right. So we're getting this on. We're getting this sort of everywhere. Okay, now we're going to switch to our contour, and I am going to use this brush. I love this brush just for this end for contour because it's just shaped so perfectly. And we're going to start at the high point of our ear, or sort of where your hair kind of stops, and we're just going to go underneath our cheekbone. So I'm just going to drag a little bit of that contour onto this brush. And because this is Workday Realness, we're going a little bit more natural. And as Bob Ross likes to say, this is your bravery test, right? I'm going to fluff it out and put a little bit more at the top because I'm a little bit of a hefty hideaway girl. But look at the difference. You can already see how it's hollowed out this cheekbone and made me look thinner, frankly. Like there's less face, and hey, who doesn't want that? All right, so we'll get the contour on this side too. Again, you can just sort of see that difference in when I put in the contour, it just creates that shadow there, which makes me look like I have a more defined, spit it out, Purdue, cheekbone. All contour is shadows. That's all you're doing, is creating shadows, places where you want your face to recede. So I'm putting it here because I want this to recede and make it look like I have cheekbones, right? I'm putting it up here on my forehead because as I get older, I feel like I should have more hair here. And so I want this to recede a little bit. I'm going to put it on my jawbone right here because like my cheekbone, it's going to add that shadow and help define this jawline. And by defining that jawline, we make it look, we bring out this, because we're shadowing right here, we're bringing out this and we're bringing out this, which makes this fall back in and look more defined and chiseled. I know, right? Who knew it was going to be color theory on top of everything else? Now, you'll notice I stopped. If you're a thinner girl, you're going to want to roll that contour all along your jawline, even down into your chin. If, however, you're like me and a little bit fluffier, fatter, heftier, I don't know, what are we calling it? I want you to stop sort of right here, and instead we're going to put it right down here because this is what we want to recede. Yeah, I know, it's like magic. And guys, while I do want you to buy things from me, these are tricks that you can use regardless. So do not hesitate to, if you've got just a little extra here on your chin, to put some contour right there and it will disappear. Right? I mean, how is that bad? All right, so now I'm going to contour my nose a little bit. I like to use my finger for this. Much like the jawbone, I'm going to roll it on the sides of my nose so that I want half to be on top of my nose and half to be down here on the other side of my nose. And I'm going to roll it right on up into my hairline. That's not true. Into my eyebrows. That's true. It's going to be one of those days, guys. And then I'm going to take a little bit right here and sort of connect these two. Now, if you want to get super fancy, you can do another line sort of right here, and it will create this button nose effect. All right. So let's see, what else do we need? We need a little blush at this party. So like I said, we're going to use that Tropicana, which again is this peachy pinky color that is amazing on every skin tone. So have you ever heard of, there's a brand called NARS, and they're famous for their blush, and the shade is called Orgasm. It's because it gives you that natural flush. We won't go into the details, but it gives you that natural flush of that pinky peachy color that just looks so natural and amazing on everyone. So we're just picking up some on the brush here, and I like to cheat it down towards the bottom of my cheeks because, you know, there's only so much real estate here, guys, and you gotta, we gotta put on other stuff yet, right? We want to put on an illuminator, so we got to create some room there. All right, so now we have, let's see, I think we've got everybody at this party. We've got some main foundation color. We have our brightening foundation color. We've got some contour at the party. We've also got some cheeks now at the party. So I'm gonna go back to this brush and I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna be very careful around my contour. I don't wanna destroy what I've just put in here, but like every good party, we just kind of wanna introduce everybody. We want everybody to mingle. We don't want to destroy the nose contour we just did. We just kind of want to lightly fluff out, fluff around here, blend into that chin, wherever the hell my brush is right now. We're gonna blend up that cheek a little bit. Okay, for reals, you guys, at this point I could, and I know I always say this, but I could put on mascara and be done, right? I mean, we're not gonna do that, but we could. And that's only been a few minutes. So my entire face is done and set. Now, what I do like to do, because it's cream-based makeup, I like to take a wet sponge, a beauty blender, that kind of thing. You want to get it soaking wet, and then you want to wring it out and dry it in a towel so that it's just damp. And the reason for this is because cream-based makeup will heat up with start that sentence over. Cream-based makeup will heat up on your skin, and it becomes much easier to move around until you set it down with powder. One of the reasons I like to use this sponge, and you can see I'm just bouncing it everywhere, is that it takes away any of the extra makeup. It also helps to set the makeup into your skin. I mean, I'm not jamming it, right? I'm just giving a little bit of a set. So we're just picking up any extra we don't need, and at the same time setting in what remains. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad when anybody learns anything. Thank you, love. All right, so let's move on to these eyeballs. We are going to, as I said again, we're going to use this sort of fallish green, brown, gold palette to match with what I'm wearing today. Sure, why not? We'll go with that as the reason. That'll be fun. And we're just going to pick up I like this brush, obviously, because it's got a tiny little end that is great for detail work in the corner of your eyes, but I also love a good flat brush. So I like to start off with a base color. I'm going to start off with that Valencia. I know it looks a little orange, but look, as you put it on, it looks really pretty natural, right? There's nothing major here. I mean, it's not like you just said, I'm going to put on a, pumpkin. I like a good base color all the way from lash to brow bone. I think it helps to set the palette of what you're going to use on your eyes. It also helps to work with any color, any other of the colors that you're using. It just helps them set up a little bit more true. And I'm just taking a sort of a fluffy brush and just kind of blending it all out, right? Blending will save the world. I'm convinced of it. All right. So now let's go ahead and try this green color. I should have come with a better plan today. Right. So let's just put that. We're going to take this more packed brush. Forgive me, you guys. And we're just going to dip it. 1, 2, 3. I dipped. And then a whack over here. And what we're going to do is stick it deep in the crease here and move it around. And you're like, I can hear you. I know, I can hear you. You're like, I can't see the green. What's the point? And I'm like, hang on a sec. Because much like how I cheated the blush down to the bottom part of my cheek for real estate, I'm doing the same thing here. I'm cheating this green color deep into the corner of my crease, deep into my crease, because when I blend it out, I'll have more room. Ah, everyone said. Ah, and if you have hooded eyes, oh, it is very camo, thank you. And if you have hooded eyes, this is another great technique to use. So look, as I blend this up, you can start to see the color, right? When my eyes are open, and it still gives me room up here to put in other colors if I so choose. So that's why. It's always best to start with a darker concentrated color that you can then blend out. That's pretty. Oh, that green is pretty. All right, let's do more. Let's do more of that green. I've got a new plan. All right, so I'm gonna take this flatter brush. I know, you guys, I should really get a better plan. And I'm actually gonna pack this on the lid, because, you know, what the hell? Oh, yeah, why would you waste this great color, right? I know, for the hearts, thank you. It's for the color, it's not for me. And I totally respect that. All right. So one of the other things that we're gonna do is, remember this brush, the one that we packed in with the crease? I'm gonna take just a hair little bit and run it along the lash line. Because if you don't do that, it tends, look at this eye. Do you see how you can not see the green color right here? It's how my eyes work, and I suspect your eyes might as well, because they're 3D things and they bend. So it's important to sort of get that color everywhere you want it to be. That's pretty. Oh, I gotta start using this color more often. All right, okay. Stop falling in love with yourself. We got people watching, things to do, and meetings to go to. All right, so we're gonna blend this a little bit more, because, you know, blending will save the world. And I was gonna put on this Gilded, but I think I'm gonna cheat instead and just use this Gilded, this browner color underneath my eye as an eyeliner. I'm gonna use that same brush, tap, and I'm just gonna go in. This is ultimately like my favorite trick, because I'm not big on spending 20 hours on eyeliner. I mean, you can if you want, do if you want. And you'll also notice that I don't bring it all the way over. It will close off your eye, and if you leave a little space here, it will actually make them look wider. All right, so let's wrap this up with a little bit of gold here in the inner corner. We're just gonna pop this inner corner right here, and we're gonna use this gold color. It's called Bright Eyes. There we go. And all we're gonna do is paint in this corner. See, look at that. It's not heavy, it's not a ton. You might not even notice it unless I pointed it out. But look at the difference that makes in making my eye look brighter and whiter. So let's match them up. And remember, whenever you're doing eyes, you're shooting for sisters, not twins. You will kill yourself if you try and match everything exactly. Sisters, not twins. All right. So, those look like pretty decent sisters. All right, let's put on some mascara. I like the Givenchy Phenomenize, and it's all because of this brush. It looks like a mace, which speaks to me deeply. Also has an eyelash in it. But here's why I like it. Because this is how you put it on. You just blink through, and it's kind of magic. And if you're like me and constantly get mascara like up in here on your eye, this is a great mascara for that. All right, so, sorry guys, I know you don't want to see me put on 8 coats of mascara. Oh yeah, and then you can always just poke yourself right in the eye too. That'll work. Jesus. Hey, beauty is pain, right? No, it shouldn't be. I was actually told that growing up. Sorry, Mom. Couple last little bits here. I want to fill in my eyebrows, so I'm going to go back and use that contour and this stiff brush. My eyebrows in particular, and you can see I'm not being terribly careful here. Okay, I'm about to say something that is very obvious, but whatever. wherever you lay down the brush is where the most amount of color is going to go, right? Because that's what's on the brush. I like to start in the inner corner because, as I said at the beginning, I'm going to be 47 in a few days, and I'm just losing that color right down in here. So I'm just making these tiny brush strokes. That's it. Nothing major, nothing careful. And then I'm going to flip it over to the spoolie end, and I'm going to brush up to get any of that extra product out, and then brush over to smooth them down. Brush up to get the product out. Brush over to smooth them down. Okay. Now this is where I like to take a last little peek. See the whole package, see what we got going on. I could always use a little more blush. So we're just going to go ahead and add that in. I'm telling you guys, this Tropicana is no joke. It'll look good on everybody. All right, we are going to go in now with this Angel Illuminator. It's a cream highlighter, is really what it is. It's very subtle. So if you're not up for like strobing, or you're terrified that you're gonna look super glittery and shiny, this is, in fact, I'll put it on with my finger. So all I'm gonna do, and you can see, right, the highlight on my finger here now, and I'm just gonna add this and blend it so that it's real subtle. It's just real, right? Just a little, hey, how are you? Hey, whoops, that's the lip color that I just ran my finger in, so we'll put that on too. Having a day. Having a Monday, guys. All right. One of the things I really like about this plum color is that even though it's just like easily picked up with my finger, as soon as it goes on, it's really matte, but not drying at all. All right, now let me go back and finish. All right, here we go. Again, we're just putting that illuminator right here, kind of around our eyes. You can put a little bit right there on your Cupid's bow, just to kind of highlight it a little bit on your nose. Hey. Okay, I will go nuts with highlighter. That's not great. All right, so we've got the plum. We're gonna do a final quick check here. Eyes are looking pretty good. Face is looking pretty balanced. Lips are looking nice. I think that's it. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a little. I hope you had some fun. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.